fear of retirees above even death is outliving your money. They're the ones that spent 30, 40 years, blood, sweat, and tears, saving, putting things away, and going without. Now it's time to shift from that accumulation phase of life into that income and preservation phase of life.
The biggest problem we see is that lack of shift to get from working to retirement. That's something that we enjoy doing, trying to figure out how close can we get them to the level of income that they need.
Start with the end in mind, and the end are what your goals are. If we can make sure that their lifestyle is supported by that, we say, hey, now we know what your goals are. What are your strategies to support your goals? And it's not something that we're creating on our own. It's something that the client is co-creating with us, making sure that it's exactly customized to be what they want.
We like to educate our clients and help them make the decisions themselves. Everybody's retirement's different. The biggest thing everybody's looking for is that freedom.
They may think in their heart everything's taken care of, but once we start talking and putting things on paper, there's a lot of areas that haven't been addressed that they didn't even know that they should be asking about.
When you can show somebody that they're invested a way that they don't want to be, and then you can kind of walk them to where they need to be, seeing the impact that makes, that's pretty powerful.
They're the ones that spent the years saving and building and creating their retirement. Our job is to help protect it, preserve it, and go through retirement.
Probably the biggest difference between us and most financial advisors out there is we focus on education.
We wanted to create a place that could be unbiased and have some clean, good information.
And help them make the decisions themselves.
There's no selling, there's no specific recommendations, and then if you choose to, you can have an hour of our time to go a little bit deeper into your specific situation.
Through education, it empowers these families out there to make choices that they maybe didn't know how to make those choices before.
It's not be sold something, but know what are my options, what's the best interest for me. So it kind of takes the stress off of the attendees there to say, hey, we are in a place of just education.
Now, you recently turned 40. Correct?
Yes.
So, how close are you to retirement?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
I'd say I'm more the fun one. He's more the serious one.
Well, his definition of fun is different than mine. Colin and I met probably 5-6 years ago.
We met each other sometimes through appointments, but also because we were in each other's backyards.
And being second-generation financial advisors, we were going to a lot of these education events.
In fact, the first memory I have of Josh, before I even met him, was with a client of ours. Josh had just helped them with some of their investments.
I was at her house and I helped her with a solution that she needed.
And then I met them and started to help them as well.
And then I got a call a few weeks later that she said, hey, I think I'm going to do something different as well with someone else. So I was like, who was that? And she said, well, it's this guy Colin.
I tried to get them to move some of those funds to me, and when he got word, he tried to get them to move what they had with me to him.
So I called up Colin and I was like, hey, let's not fight over this client. Let's work together and try to do what's in her best interest, but we can both be a part of it.
We ended up kind of splitting that and say, hey, I'll keep this, you keep that, and from there we grew to really have a great friendship and like each other and respect each other.
I said, hey, I think a lot of the values we have are very similar. And working together, I think we can be a lot stronger, do a better job for our families than being separate.
And it kind of just snowball affected into this partnership we have today.
Now we've got a nice perspective. Iron strengthens iron. The better Colin gets, the better I get, and the better results for our clients.
About your money, 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 money.
That's right. We're talking from saving for college to retirement planning. We have got you covered this morning. We're starting with the 5 questions you need answered. When it comes to your retirement and investing your money, it can be a very daunting task. Where do you begin? I want you to meet Joshua Blaker and Colin Ruttinger from Accrue Wealth Designs, and they say there are 5 important questions that you should be asking your financial advisor. Gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Thank you. This is a hot topic right now,
Right.
retirement. It's a little bit scary. So, Josh, I want to start with you. What are those 5 questions we should be asking? What's number 1?
Well, the first question is, are you a fiduciary?
Oh.
It's very important to know, is your advisor giving you the best of the best recommendations?
What's number 2?
Number 2 is, how are they licensed? Are they licensed to be duly licensed, giving you investments, options on investments and insurance, or
Okay.
one or the other?
What's number 3?
How do you get paid for the services you provide?
I hope everybody's taking notes.
How's
Okay,
your
go
advisor
ahead.
incentivized giving you those recommendations?
4.
Yep. Number 4 is, can you show me an example of a financial strategy or plan?
Ooh,
What does
these
that
are
look like?
good. And number 5?
Number 5, have you ever been publicly disciplined for illegal or unethical activities or filed for bankruptcy?
Okay.
And it's amazing how many advisors can't handle their own money, but they're giving you recommendations on what you should do with yours.
Right? Plumber always has a leaky faucet kind of thing,
Oh, yeah.
right? Oh, say, Colin, I want to talk about, you guys teach a retirement class, right?
We
this
do.
This is really important. Who's the perfect candidate to attend these classes?
So the people that we like at our classes, they're usually between age 50 to 65.
Okay,
Those
so-
that are approaching retirement or near retirement.
Okay, that's really good, because pre-planning, I mean, a lot of people are, kind of scrambling at the last
Yeah.
minute and going, now what do I do? So these classes that you're teaching, what are we going to learn there?
Well, what we love about this program that Josh and I teach is that we haven't put this program together ourselves, but it's a national course.
Oh.
So Retirement Elevated is a curriculum that's taught in over 70 colleges across the country.
Okay.
And we're going to focus on 5 key areas. We're going to talk about income plan, the investment plan, tax plan, healthcare plan, and estate plan.
Oh, you're going to have a strategy for us by the time this course is done.
Yep.
Now, we have the information up there on the screen, and it is you have an option between a 1-day course, a full day, right?
Yeah.
Or 2 night courses, and you're offering this free of charge. Why
Yeah,
are you doing that?
We used to do it where we charge for the materials. You can see this book here. There's about 200 pages of material.
Yeah.
But we wanted to be kind of educators in the area, so we wanted to give back to the community. And now we're doing this at no charge.
I think that's amazing. That's a really good thing that you guys are doing. But here's what I want to know. What makes Accrue different than anybody else out there?
That's a good question. We are both second-generation financial advisors, so we grew up in the financial services industry. We've seen it evolve and change, and we knew that we wanted to set ourselves apart and build our firm to act as a fiduciary, which has a moral, legal, ethical obligation to always do what's in our client's best interest. And part of that is through education. So doing these classes, giving back to the community, we help people not be sold something, but make those educated decisions.
And Colin, do you have to have a certain size of portfolio or a portfolio at all to come and talk to you?
Yeah, so we want to make sure that the families that are coming to see us, again, are in that pre-retirement phase, or
Okay.
if they've already gotten there, we love to see them as well.
Okay.
And want to make sure that there is a sizable amount of investment there, but at the same time, as educators, we want to make sure that everybody has a chance to participate.
That's the heart in you. That's the educator heart in you. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Of course, we have all of that information about when the courses are on the website as well. But Accrue Wealth Designs, here's where they're located at 1201 South Alma School Road. That's Suite 11750 in Mesa. Here's the phone number to call to learn more about them and more on the classes. It's 480-565-4363. Learn more at accruewealthdesigns.com.
Growing up, I didn't feel like we had a lot of financial stability. One day we were rich, one day it felt like we were poor. And I remember when I was about 5 or 6, my Nana and Papa, which is my mom's parents, pulled out this box and they gave me these sets of coins and showed me what they had been doing since my birthday. They had purchased a mint set of coins, and I didn't really know what that was at the time. It was shiny, it looked like treasure. I thought it was cool. So my first memory of money was being able to say, hey, look, my Nana and Papa gave me these coins, and they did that until I turned 30. I look at the coins that my Nana and Papa gave me, as treasures that I didn't want to have to ever use. I wanted to keep them. I didn't want to spend them. I didn't know really what the value of them were. I just knew that they were something that was a gift to me, and it was something special, and I didn't want to ever have to part with it. So when I understood the concept, that's when really I realized what money can do to people as far as happiness or stress, where no matter how much planning you do, life will throw these curveballs at you, and how well can we adjust and survive. The name of my firm is Accrue Wealth Designs. Our firm has the depths and substance to understand what it is our clients are really trying to achieve. That's what we want to help our families put together. Complete wealth, Accrue Wealth Designs.
When you think about retirement, do you think about health care when you're planning your financial future? Well, Joshua Blaker and Colin Redinger from Accrue Wealth Designs, they are here to show us why you should. Great to have both of you here this morning. You offer what is called a wealth health blueprint. What is that?
Yeah, so the Wealth Design Blueprint, which is right here, this is a financial tool that walks our families through a process to make sure they're going to be successful through retirement. And this is what makes us a little bit different from most financial advisors. And this tool goes through the 5 key strategies of retirement planning. And if you're in retirement or nearing retirement, this is something you definitely need to have.
All right, so we get the tool. When I think of blueprint, I think of like building a house. So what are those 5 key strategies?
That's right. So when you build your financial house, you want to make sure you've got the 5 key strategies is the income strategy. So having a fully written defined income plan, making sure it's adjusted for inflation and Social Security. And then second, you need to have an investment strategy. What investments do you have today that maybe don't work as good as they did 5 or 10 years ago? And understanding the fees and the risk that you're taking with that.
Yeah, and you put seniors through what's called a portfolio stress test. What is that?
That's right. So the portfolio stress test is a tool that we use to measure the amount of risk you're taking. So just like you go to the doctor and you get a checkup on your health, we now have the ability to do a financial stress test where if we went through another 2008 market correction, market was down almost 40%, what is the amount of risk that you're taking, and is it appropriate for you?
Okay, because this is scary. I told you, a lot of folks get very anxious, and right now, especially, Colin, because they're hearing open enrollment. That's a word we're seeing on television commercials, reading in the paper. What do we need to know about open enrollment?
So we know that when we turn 65, we're eligible for Medicare. And when we get on Medicare, there's 2 types of plans we can get. We can get a Medicare supplement plan, or we can get a Medicare Advantage plan. And if we get a Medicare Advantage plan, there's a time period each year where we have to enroll and change plans. So that goes from October 15th through December 7th.
Okay.
So it's kind of a window where we can make those changes to our current plan.
And it's not to scare people, it's just to get them prepared, because a lot of times a lot of folks don't even look at their financial, documents until it's too late.
Right.
And that window is going to close, and we need to get someone to help us with that. How does healthcare affect your investments?
So healthcare affects our investments, kind of like Josh talked about with the Wealth Design Blueprint. Healthcare is a big part of that. And so we want to make sure that people can come in, we can verify what healthcare plan you have, and in retirement, there's about $250,000 that needs to be earmarked for our investments.
$250. So that's money that we should have put away for our retirement and our health care. So there's people watching right now. When you said that number, they said, uh-oh, I don't have $250,000 put away. What should they do first?
So, by coming in and going through the process, the Wealth Design Blueprint will kind of help verify that. So we can take a look at the income plan, we can take a look at the investment plan. They all work together, and we'll make sure you're on track.
I'm sure you get people all the time who come to see you, right, Josh? And they say, I don't have $250,000 put away. Is it too late?
No, and the first step is to come in, go through the process, go through those 5 key areas, get that Wealth Design Blueprint that would be customized to what your goals, needs, and resources are, and get you on the right track before it's too late.
So what do they need to bring to your office when they come to see you?
So if they bring last year's tax returns, recent statements, any brokerage account statements they have with them, life insurance, annuities, any investments, we can go through that process and give them the feedback they need to be successful.
All right, the blueprint, it's not very big. It's right here, so it's just a small book, and let these guys help you out. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Great information. Here's your special offer. You are going to receive a complimentary Medicare review and portfolio stress test if you call today. Accrue Wealth Designs, they are located at Alma School Road, Suite 1175 in Mesa. The phone number 480-565-4363, or you can visit the website accruewealthdesigns.com.